Hello everybody, my name is Connor and we are here with One Punch Man. I finally have my One Punch Man deck mostly put together and we are going to test it out against my buddy Zach on his Gojo. Everybody loves Gojo here. We are going to drop the Genos and discard a card here. Trying to figure out what I want to discard. In this deck, it is important to get cards in discard. This deck feels like what I wanted the Muzan deck to feel like. I wanted it to be like just dumping my deck into my discard and running at face. But yeah, back to the game here. We are going to go ahead and play down King. King is going to let us search, I believe, the top 5 for either a King card or a card with a energy 6 or more. And I think I might grab the Saitama here, but I think I really should grab the King. This is like my first or second game with the deck, though. So, yeah, we might be learning here. And I'm gonna check my hand, see if I do have a King in my hand. But that King is really... So I do end up grabbing Saitama. I don't know, maybe I should have grabbed King. That King is really good. It helps Saitama get online so much faster, because if you don't know, Saitama is 15 energy, but every 5 cards you have in your trash, Saitama gets cheaper, and I have a Genos that helps Saitama get a little cheaper too. So we end up discarding the special, which doesn't feel great, but yeah, that's what I ended up doing. Maybe I should have discarded the other King, but we are going to go ahead and play this Genos and pass. I believe that Genos is the Genos that lets Saitama cost 1 less energy, which is so useful. There's honestly so many times where I've been 1 short, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm so bad at the math when it comes to Saitama, but it's so much fun, so I might get a little slow there. But we end up taking our first life, getting a draw trigger off the Genos, and yeah, we are going to go ahead. I think that makes 5 cards in trash, making Saitama... no, that doesn't. I fixed the way I am doing the dice later in the game, or later in my videos, so we're going to draw into the Atomic Samurai, which is a really good card, able to do some board control there. But with the 4 energy we have, gotta figure out what we want to do here. So I'm going to go ahead play out King, looking at the top 5 for a Saitama card or a card with 6 or more energy. And I think that's a whiff. Yeah, that is a whiff. Pretty unfortunate. I don't feel like that happens much in the deck from what I've played. But we are going to go ahead and use that King to play out the Raid King. Raid King can't block or attack, which is definitely a downside. But activate main to mill 3 from a deck, pretty good. So I do have the option of discarding a Saitama card to KO something on his board. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do that right now. I only have 1 Saitama. There I am using King's ability, and look at me, I'm still reading, dude. I read my cards sometimes, only sometimes. So milling the top 3, getting an Atomic Samurai and one of our finals into the trash, and we are going to go ahead and play Silverfang. Silverfang, really good in this deck. I really like Silverfang. I think Silverfang is one of the only cards I have proxied still in the deck, but yeah, we were able to get some One Punch product up here, which is great. And yeah, so Silverfang, really good card. I really like it. It has an ability, you can mill the top of your deck when you play, attack, and block. So anytime it does anything, you get to mill, which in this deck, so nice. So my opponent is going to go ahead and raid Panda, getting the 4k impact. I'm going to go ahead and block with the 45, and we get this Saitama, the 15-1 Saitama, to draw a card. The 15-1 Saitama is still really good, but it is definitely less good than the 15-2 Saitama. The 15-2 Saitama is the Saitama with impact 3, which by the time you play Saitama out, it seems like that has been, they've been at 3 life. So we're going to go ahead and play Stinger. Stinger, the option to KO it to gain more energy. Might replace Stinger with whatever the standing 2 cost energy is. We're going to go ahead, use King ability to mill another special, which is so unfortunate. Getting 9 cards in our trash, so Saitama is 1 cheaper right now, almost 2. Ideally will be 2 once we swing the Silver Fang. But with 2 AP left, we are going to go ahead and drop the... yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and drop the Atomic Samurai and possibly pop Toge. Yeah, making sure I have the energy for it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pop Toge. Toge will rest Silver Fang. That Toge is so good. And we're going to go ahead and pass our turn because we can't attack since Silver Fang got rested. But Toge off the field now. I'm feeling a little bit better about being able to live. But the reversal red comes out. Really unfortunate. We are going to put Stinger in removal and move the Silver Fang to the back of the line. Playing Gojo on the back of the line, getting double energy. And swinging Panda will end up taking, and we get a 15-2 Saitama. Now we have a couple in our hand. Pretty solid. And we get our final event, which is, I believe the full title is It's About Me Taking You On Right Here, Right Now. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm still relatively early into One Punch Man. Reading the manga here. Wow, we've got 3 in our hand. That's actually crazy. So trying to figure out what my best play is. And I think there are a couple times where I do forget to mill with King, and that is really unfortunate. Milling with King is really, really good. So, yep, counting my energy here just to see what I'm at. Thinking I'm going to play the Genos probably on the front line. And that 0 King that I just played this turn, I think is so good in this deck. You can pay an AP to draw a card. So it's possible. I don't think I need it to be... I don't think it needs to rest. So we end up playing down the Genos, drawing into another of those Kings, and with... what is his... discarding the... It's About Me Taking You On. And there's my buddy Zach being like, bro, what are you doing? Just use the dice to tell you how many cards cheaper it is. Don't use the dice to tell you how many cards are in there. And I was like, oh my god, you're so smart and the greatest man I've ever met, Zach. Shout out to my buddy Zach. So we're gonna go ahead and mill our top 3 cards, placing them in our sideline, double checking our count here to make sure we know what's up. So, yep, milling with King, and then not really having another option of something to do. We're just going to go ahead and swing with Silver Fang. Looks like we have a King on top there, and we're going to leave it on top. I think that's an okay idea. And we end up getting his first life, and he gets the active, man. It's so fun. I want you guys, do me a favor, count how many actives he gets this game. I know he built his deck around the double block Gojo, or double block and active trigger, which is so annoying, but it's a really fun deck to play against. And I mean, he plays, you guys see it all the time, but he won't give me the sauce. I told him that you guys asked for the sauce, and he said it's my sauce. So I'm sorry, guys, I cannot share the secret sauce. But Gojo is going to go ahead and get played out. His free card, his 1 less action point card, is going to be Domain Expansion, restanding those 2 AP, which definitely turns like this very scary. There is another there is a hollow purple. Hollow purple, interesting thing about hollow purple is it places them, it doesn't remove them like a special like would, puts them in, sideline. It puts them in removal. So whatever he hits just cannot come back. So really unfortunate. But we do get the Raid Genos off of the Panda hit, and we're definitely playing behind, I think, at this point. Tapping 1 to draw, we get another Silver Fang. Pretty good card. I'm thinking about playing it out, I think. Yep. Oh, we're actually going to play out the King. I think that is a great choice, too. Get more cards in trash. And at this point, I do have a couple of Saitamas, so I will end up trashing a Saitama to KO the 5-cost Gojo. Unlike the double block Gojo, you need to pay an extra AP to KO him, but since it's not the double block Gojo, just the standard Gojo, no extra action to KO that Gojo. So getting him off the field, pretty pretty solid, if you ask me. And we're generating, oh god, there's a little bit of a glare. Let me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and he's 3 cheaper. Actually, he might be 4 cheaper. Yes, 4 cheaper. We're gonna tap one more. We're gonna go ahead and play It's About Me, taking you on right here, right now. Freestanding 2 action points, and we're gonna go ahead and draw with King ability. And then, okay, I see why. I was like, why am I doing that? I see why. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think drawing through this deck is pretty helpful. And I think if I know me, I think we're probably going to drop one of the kings at this point. Yeah, I think I would like to drop Silver Fang. Maybe I should have dropped Silver Fang in the back, and then I could have moved him forward and let Atomic Samurai or Genos go next turn. But we are going to swing first with Atomic Samurai, swinging the 4K, getting the block with that little 5K block there. And another active coming through, and we are going to go ahead and pass our turn, as I mentioned. Oh, I didn't mill with either king there. Potentially a mistake. Still, I think second or third game with, or actually first or second game with this deck. So another hollow purple is going to put king in my removal. Very unfortunate. Really, having that extra energy was so good. The 4 impact, I think I'm just going to give him the Atomic Samurai and put that in the sideline there. Actually, he's got impact, so I go ahead and take and draw a card. Forgot that Panda had impact there, so he did let me take back the Atomic Samurai block. Once again, shout out to Zach. He's, the favorite. So we're going to tap 1 to draw with king, and I'm going to move king up, playing Genos on the back line. That Genos is going to allow Saitama to be 1 less energy, and I'm doing math here, so this is tough. I'm counting my energy, and honestly, like, even with my energy counting playmat, I think there's a chance I would still need to be doing some math. So we are going to go ahead, play our restanding event, tap 1 to draw, getting our special there, tapping 1. I think I'm trying to figure out, can I, because I think 1 energy short, and that special allows me to, it allows me to gain another energy generation on one of my cards. So really good special there. I really like it, and I forget it sometimes. Trying to think about if I have the energy to do what I need to do, and I don't think I do. I've used all my It's About Me, taking you on. I think I've used 4 of them, or I've seen 4 of them, so I know it's not a final in my life. And yeah, just trying to think, and I do think that I am really torn, and I think that it is worth it to play the removal and get that Gojo out of here, so I can get potentially 2 hits, or even 1, or to get some hits in, honestly. And Gojo being a 5k body, it does make it really tough to get around that, so I am just going to go ahead and remove the Gojo. Thinking about maybe Panda, but Genos or Atomic Samurai is going to kill when they swing Panda, so, or if they block with Panda, so the Maki, I think, and then another active trigger. So I think that's 3 active triggers, which is honestly crazy. But hey, he built the deck around active triggers, and it is showing up. So my opponent is at 3 life, and if I can get the energy generation I need, Saitama is online with that impact 3. But unfortunately, the Nobara comes out, and I am stressed. So he is gonna rest. He's gonna rest the king, and he will swing with the Panda with impact. I will take, and we get a special trigger. That special trigger saved our skin. I'm not gonna lie. Really good there. To get to I mean, I guess we could have blocked the Nobara with something else. but just gonna count how many cards I have in this sideline, just so I can make sure that I can get Saitama out here. It looks like Saitama is 5 cheaper. Is that 5? I am, even my glasses can't read that dice. I think that is 5. So he's 5, 6, 7 energy cheaper with the 2 Genos I have in the back line that I'm touching right there. And I think that I have the energy to get him online. 15 minus 5 is 10. 9, 8. I need 8 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So that is 8 energy there. I'm just gonna go ahead and, oh, well, I will, you know what, that's not a terrible idea, actually. Just make sure I got the energy. The king, I guess I could have discarded, well, yeah, no, discarding a Saitama doesn't really work there. So Saitama is gonna come down. I will try and remember to put a picture here. Look at me reading, dude. Look at my silly little face reading that card. It's a bit of a lot of text. He's got impact 3, damage 7, so if you don't have a blocker against Saitama, that is crazy. And he's a 10k body, so my buddy, so I'm gonna KO Panda here, and one of the things my buddy is saying is that I probably should have swung Genos first, because if it is a final, I guess that you know, I could have been in a bad spot, but I don't know. I could still swing with Genos. I think we both forgot that I could still swing with Genos because we're so used to King being unable to swing. So the Nobara raid is 1 life. The not Maki, I don't remember her name, and then Gojo. So we are gonna be able to get it. And yep, our last life was one of our 15-1 Saitamas. So yeah, really good game. I know Zach didn't see any of his pandas. There were a lot of them in life, and they're active triggers, not get triggers. So yeah, and I just having the removal to remove the Gojos, and he didn't see any of his blocker Gojos. Those things are so sticky. So yeah, I know we got a little bit of lucky, and oh yeah, he was saying next turn was going to be a big turn for him, so I'm glad we were able to finish it out there. But this deck is so much fun. I really hope that in Demon Slayer 2 Muzan gets to feel like this, because oh my god, so much fun. But yeah, that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, hit that like button down below. Helps me out more than you can ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.